ISO FileMaker Magazine, the professional's resource for FileMaker know-how. Well, hello there and welcome back to yet another FileMaker tutorial video. We are going to learn more about FileMaker Pro. My name is Matt Petrowski. You can find more videos like this at FileMakerMagazine.com. In this video, we're taking a look at the FileMaker 22 feature of the Get Record IDs of the Found Set. Let's head to my desktop, take a look at the file. All right, thank you for joining me here, and as you can see, the files that we have, I've got one opened in FileMaker 21 and one opened in FileMaker 22. I've shown this tip before on one of the other videos. If we go into layout mode really quickly, you can see that I am inserting a environment variable, and you can find that under the Insert menu when you go to this option right here, Other Symbol, and you get access to all of the different environment variables without having to create a calculation in FileMaker. Stick it right on the layout. Makes it very easy to know whether you're in FileMaker 21 or you're in the new FileMaker 22. So we are taking a look at the new feature, and we're also going to talk about the old way of doing this because it always benefits you to know about all of the different ways that you can do things in FileMaker, because what happens is you get these little pieces and you can combine them in different ways in order to make a completely new puzzle or new end result. Showing the data viewer, which this, by the way, is interesting. When you do have multiple copies of FileMaker installed on the Macintosh, this is now going to be the case where you can still have multiple copies. I don't believe you can on Windows as of FileMaker 22. It may be taking over now as just only one application of FileMaker 22, so you may need to be running virtual machines. But when we switch here, notice that when I switch between these two, there is an interesting thing that each version is maintaining its own data viewer. So here in 21, there is no data viewer showing, but I switch to 22 and the data viewer is showing. Also notice that when I bring the data viewer up for FileMaker 21, there is an issue wherein some of your variables are getting wiped out in 21 if you were editing or change them in 22. It is, as long as these are both running, if I put in GetUUID here, so this is just something to notice if you are a FileMaker developer. We are going to get into these Get Record IDs, but if I switch between these, you can see that they persist as long as the data viewer is there and hidden or there and showing. I come back and sometimes they just get wiped out for some reason, I've noticed, if you're using multiple versions of FileMaker when you're developing. But let's take a look at the feature. The feature is this right here. It is this one function, Get Record IDs from FoundSet. So I'm in FileMaker 22. We can see quite clearly here that I have 100 records. Let's take a look quickly at what it actually provides. There are 4 different options as I scroll this up so that we can see them. They are just numbered, very common with FileMaker, 0 through 3. Or 4, I don't know, let's see. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Okay, so there are 5 options. And they start with the 0. 0 is your most common right here, where it is going to return all of the internal record ID values. Now, here's a key thing to remember. You do not need to have this defined as a field. As we're going to see, the older method of doing this was you had to define a field. You don't have to do it in FileMaker 22, but alas, you're going to still need to do it if you want to ultimately take advantage of this feature, because you are able to create a relationship to this particular function, the GetRecordID function. Let's take a look at that really quickly. We go into our FileMaker 21, we go into Define Database. Now for me, these are all of my default fields. These are always created in every one of my tables, and of all of those, one of them is this one right here, Rec ID. You can see that I have a comment right here. It's FileMaker's internal canonical record ID. This is always increasing. It is never reused. Once it's deleted, it's gone forever, even if you clone the file. So there it is, Get Record ID. Now, there are 2 settings that you can have for this. It can either be unindexed, or the preferred method is indexed. And what that does is it allows you to use the go-to related record to load a found set of records. Now, in FileMaker 21, the older method of getting access to this required the addition of a field. That field was this right here. I would go and I would create summary list of rec ID. And then we'll just get rid of that comment for now. We will create a summary field, which we do right there, and we will click create. We would choose then the list of option right here, and we would get a list of the record ID and click OK. So this field right here allowed us to get all of the record IDs in any version prior to FileMaker 22. It really wasn't of consequence having that extra field. You never really showed it on the layout. It didn't add any performance hits, what have you. But the way that you would retrieve that, if you are still working in a version prior to FileMaker 22, as we create a new watch variable, would be a get summary field. So when we get a summary field, you have the two parameters of summary field and a break field. If you specify the same thing for both of those, in other words, just this field, lo and behold, you get all of the record IDs. Now what happens is if record number 3, which we're going to go to, and record number 4 are both gone, then those values will not actually show up. We'll click monitor here. We will move to, we are on record 100. We will move to record 3 right there. Actually, let me move to record 4, and we will omit that. And then we will omit another one, and what we can see is I actually removed 4 and 5. So there we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are gone, and now we have 6 and 7. So it is literally just a list of all of the IDs. Now, one of the things that we got later in FileMaker was another function which was super helpful with, let's put in array here, and we'll scroll down. That right there, JSON make array. Now what's going to be interesting about this particular function, and essentially what we would be able to do, is take this list of IDs and then turn it into a JSON array. Well, FileMaker has now given us this feature built in 22, but we were always able to use this function. I don't know when the make array was released, but in order to get all of those IDs as an array. So over here in FileMaker 22, when we are taking a look, and we no longer have to do the summary field, we don't have to do the list of, but we're still going to want to have that record ID field indexed, because that's what's going to allow us to load a related set of records using a goto related record script function. But what we have here is the additional options of this when we specify 1. So there is our array, but if you don't already know to recognize the difference, we are getting an array of numerical values as strings. I don't really know what the point of this is, because these are always and forever going to be just numbers. The time when it does apply that we would want these as a string is when we're using FileMaker's internal version of specifying ranges. So as we go to 2 here, this is now an array of numbers, what you would typically want to use. I mean, maybe there's an obscure API or something where they require you to have the numerical values as strings. I don't know. But here, right here, is our range. Now the range becomes really important and critical, because this can be, there's 2 ways of pulling up a full found set based on the record IDs. The first way is to use goto related record. That simply says, just give me all of the values, keys, in this case a record ID serving as the key, and then I want you to go to all of those related records, and it will bring up that found set. Now, the second way to do this, and a lot of FileMaker developers have already created standardized functions that will recreate a search or a multiple requests in a find request that actually uses FileMaker's range values. And the way that FileMaker searches for ranges on numbers is that this dash becomes replaced with 3 dots, if you know that in FileMaker's find mode. So if we go and monitor this, and we go to record 3 and 4, and I omit that one, and then we'll just advance one, we'll just take that one out just in case. we can see what happened to the range. Where the range formerly was 1-100, it's now 1-2, record 4, and record 6 through 100. So what happens is, using these values, I am able to create a 3-query or a 3-request query to find all of these records. I would simply, in this particular case, actually just do a substitute here, where I'm going to replace that, searching for the dash and replacing it with the ... And what I have right there is a search query. FileMaker can use this, or I should say I can use this as the developer, and simply just walk across this. I have 3 values. I can get the value count, and I walk through this 3 times, and I simply populate this into each of those into that record ID field, recreate, and it would bring up the exact same found set. But alas, the easier way to do this is using the GoToRelatedRecord, where you simply just get the results of this function and you just drop it into a global field. Although not this one, you would be using the 0 result of this. Drop that into a global field, use GoToRelatedRecord, and you can pull up all of a found set. This is a way to restore found sets very, very easily. And our fourth and final option, which is number 5, if we were to be starting at 1 instead of 0, is our ranges as an array, but here we do need them to be strings. Unlike our number 1 option, where this makes very little sense as to why they actually included that, this option right here does make sense because this has to be a string. But again, we would be able to, using this again, do a substitution, replace that dash, make it the ... If you're needing to do that, most of the time, this is going to suffice for whatever you're going to do. Just a simple return delimited list of the items that you need within FileMaker natively. You're just going to be able to rip through that. Otherwise, if you do need this working with an API or passing parameters through your scripts, and you're doing that as JSON, the JSON options are really, really cool. And if you don't know, we're going to do just a quick follow-up. That's pretty much the function, what it provides, and the benefits to us. Remember, you're always going to want to more than likely include that field of the rec ID. It's cheap, it's easy. Just put it in every table. You won't regret it, as far as I'm concerned, as an experienced FileMaker developer. But if you're unfamiliar, the way that you're going to use this, if you've never used the GoToRelatedRecord, is you are going to simply have a global field, which if you take a look at my fields again, alas, one of the default fields that I add, that is in every single one of my tables, is a global field called load. That load is simply used as a temporary store just in order to load records. In other words, the load can hold my ID keys, my internal IDs that I use. The load global variable can also hold record IDs, and you're simply creating a relationship from that global field to whatever you need to load. So in this particular case, if I wanted to load a found set, I would have a relationship, and let's drag this out, and it is simply just going to be from the load to whatever it is that you want to load. So in this case, we would be doing this right here. So using the GetRecordIds, I'm able to drop that into the load and then just load any of that found set for whatever I want. And we can do that. We can see this so easily. All right, here, let's just cycle through and omit a couple of records. Let's omit a bunch of these, and this one right here. I'm just hitting the Command or Control T in order to drop out a bunch of records so that I end up with a result of 66 records out of the 100. So if you don't know this and you're just watching this and you haven't been working with FileMaker for a long time, we'll hide the data viewer. All I have to do is go to my fields. I will put the load on the layout. We'll get rid of that. We will simply select over here. We will go to our fourth area, our database tab here. We will show the vertical scroll bar on that. I'll just put when scrolling right there. That's the more modern version. And we are simply, I will need one button, which I will select right here. And we will choose a single step. And this is what you would typically put into your scripts. It would be a go-to, or GTRR, which is going to be go-to record, related record right there. I didn't put the RR. But in this case, we would simply just use that second table occurrence, go to that, use the current, and we would show only related records. Matching the current record is fine because it is a global field. So that is global, meaning no matter what record we are on, that will load whatever is set into that particular collection. So in this particular case, I'm not going to have, let's go to related. And I'm sorry, those of you that are experienced FileMaker developers, you already know about this trick. It is so common. I do not have a script that is using a set field or somehow getting these IDs, but this is the gist right here. You're going to be using the 0 option. You're going to be getting all of those IDs, copying them, and then you're going to store them somewhere. If you're storing found sets for users, then you're storing those into a related table tied off of the users table so that each user can have their own stored set, saved records of whatever it is that they need to do. But you put that in there, and then no matter what your found set is, I just set the found set with a Command or Control J by doing a find or show all. I have all 100 records. If I need to get back to those 66, that go-to related record, that just did that. You saw that it went from 100 to 66. It loaded it based on those IDs. And not only that, I can manipulate this, get rid of those IDs, and of course, however many I took out, that's going to load that minimal set. And you can see that this function of the GetRecordIdsFromFoundSet, super valuable and a wonderful new addition to FileMaker 22. As always, I'd like to wish you much luck, and until next time, happy FileMaking.
We hope you've enjoyed this video tutorial, and we'd like to say thank you for your subscription and your support. If you're not already a subscriber, head on over to www.filemakermagazine.com/subscribe for more information about the benefits of joining.